Okay, so today's book that I am talking about is called The End of Alzheimer's by Dr. Dale Bredesen. This book is absolutely fantastic. He really goes in depth on Alzheimer's, what it is, how there's three different types from his perspective, there's three different types. He talks about how Alzheimer's and the amyloid plaque kind of buildup is an innate protective mode that our body goes into to protect our brain from inflammation, nutrient deficiencies, toxins, all those kinds of things. So in that discovery, he really promotes that the cure to Alzheimer's is not a monotherapy. There's not one pill that's going to solve it. And in his perspective and through his research, he's found 36 different things. And so he uses it as like a leaky roof kind of metaphor, that there's 36 holes in this leaky roof that need to be capped and filled to find that tipping point that will help start to reverse the Alzheimer's. So he goes through in this book all 36 different things, and he talks about how it talks about the sleep. He talks about metabolic deficiencies, or like insulin resistance, nutritional deficiencies, talking about like mold issues, toxins, right down to how to test for them, what the level should be at optimally. It is so in-depth and a step-by-step guide on how to do this, diet-wise, reducing your stress. He goes into everything, and he talks about the skepticism in the scientific community about how to even approach doing this. How do you do a study? And most studies, peer-reviewed, double-blind, all those kinds of studies, all focus on one factor to be tested. Well, he's trying to get people to understand that there's just not one fix to this, which we know now for chronic illness is generally the case. For cancers, for autoimmune, there's not one monotherapy, one pill, one drug that's going to solve the problem. We have to make lifestyle changes, and he is getting down to the nitty-gritty on what that is, how to fix it, from zinc deficiencies, magnesium deficiencies, vitamin D deficiencies. He goes in and he's done a lot of the work, and it's just up to us to start implementing these things and advocating to our doctors that we want to be tested for these kinds of nutritional deficiencies or gut bacterias, that kind of thing. And I'm so grateful now that I've just got my certification as a functional nutrition practitioner, so I can do some of the testing for like leaky gut. Now they are non-diagnostic, but they give us a good indication of where you may be standing at in some of those aspects. So I'm super excited to be able to offer that now. It is additional cost, but sometimes it's an investment in your health, right? And that's an investment in your life and quality of life. So the more you know about what's happening in your body, the more you can cater your lifestyle towards it and help solve some of those issues, right? To improve your quality of life. Anyway, so this book, he goes into so much, and I've been able to use some of this and translate it into all researching stuff for cancer as well, as in looking things up and seeing how it applies to cancer, which is, it's just, the overlap is just crazy. Anyway, so he's also looking in, doing research on early prevention as well, because he knows the earlier we can find these deficiencies, the better the outcomes. And he talks about a lot of genetic testing to know where you stand with that, and that can help you start making changes way sooner, so you have more abilities to reverse the effects. So just like anything, early detection is key. And I just can't say enough good things about it. I just, hope there are doctors out there that are willing to look into this and start listening to their patients to help them incorporate some of these things or get the testing that they need done so that they can start making changes and advocate for themselves. So yeah, it takes doctors working with their clients and other practitioners to help people start incorporating these lifestyle changes that can be just so beyond beneficial. And because we know, especially where I live on Vancouver Island, the majority of the population is over the age of 55. So the more we can start supporting these individuals with cognitive decline, the better off our society will be. And, that also reduces the toll it takes on our healthcare system. And so the more we can help at the kind of primary practitioner base, with your family doctors, it reduces a lot of the toll on the specialists and the wait times and the care homes and all that kind of stuff. So I could just go on and on. There's just so much in this book, and I just really loved it. And it gave me so many ideas for how to help people beyond Alzheimer's as well, because it just gave so much information down to the details of lab values that would be very beneficial. Anyways, check it out, read it, and I hope that you guys find it as useful as I did. There is lots of scientific kind of jargon in here, but he does give you a heads up ahead of time that you can push ahead of that, or jump ahead, and it won't impact your knowledge for the rest of the book. So anyways, check it out. It's a great book.